fighting against. Exactly what we're standing up against. Because that is the old way, obviously. That's not the way we do things anymore. So we talk about leadership and we talk about the old way. And it's also really important to talk about allies, folks who have never served, but they care. And that's what we need. Military veterans are 10% of the population, and women veterans are 10% of that. We're the 1%. So we can't just be out here by ourselves. We need all of you as support. And with that, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Ray Leonard Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard's son. Thank you for lending your own namesake to this cause.
Absolutely. So, how do we get here? And it's a sad thing that we have to be doing this. And for the last 8 years, I've been going around the world to different bases, speaking to the military, about destructive behavior, about sexual assault, about suicide. And here in 2020, we're still having the same conversation. Now, this year has been super painful for me. First when Kobe Bryant died, I said, oh man, nothing's going to be worse than that this year. I was wrong. And we had, the George Floyd issue. And then when I saw Vanessa's mother talking about what happened to her daughter, I have a 25-year-old daughter. And that just broke my heart to see her pain that she had. And to think that someone would do that to a young lady that went to serve her country. She said that she would give her life for her country, but not in the way she had to give her life. If she gave her life that way, wouldn't you expect the leadership to come and do something? I mean, how is that much of an issue to expect justice for someone that was serving a country? And it's a shame. I mean, it frustrates me to have to be here talking about it. It frustrated me every time I went to a military base and I'm talking to these young sailors or young soldiers, and then they email me or send me a message later saying they had this sexual assault experience or they had this and they didn't know who to talk to. We're supposed to be better in the military, right? We're supposed to set the example for the world. My grandfather told me when I was young, you know better and you do better. So, Fort Hood, you knew better. The Army, you know better. The military, you know better. So you got to do better. Because we're not going to stop until that happens. I came here, I flew out from California. My friend in the military, she asked me to come support. And I said, how can I help? And you talk about civilians being out here and speaking up too. Because if you guys can protect us, we damn well need to protect you guys. So I come from a family of fighters. My grandfather fought in the Navy. He was in the Navy, but he passed away recently. My uncle was in the Air Force. My father fought in a different kind of battle, in the boxing ring. But for me, my fight is to make sure there's justice. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere. Exactly. And we're going to have justice. And we're going to keep fighting. And Vanessa, we will get justice for you. Trust that. Exactly. And, I always say, we appreciate your service. Thank you for your service to all of you. And any way that I can support in this fight, I will do it. And I thank you all so much for being out here. Let's continue to rally. Let's continue to fight. Let's continue to make it happen. Thank you.